when they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Good evening, and if you're just tuning in, you're listening to United Public Radio Network, otherwise known as UFO Paranormal Radio Network, and you're listening to The Thing at the Foot of the Bed on 105.3 and 107.7 out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. I am one of your hosts, Lorilei Potvin. My amazing co-host, who he can introduce himself in just a second, is to my right. My name is Lorilei Potvin. I'm a Canadian spiritual psychic medium, crystal Reiki energy healer, Akashic Records practitioner, spiritual teacher and mentor, RN, and budding animal communicator. I'm also well-versed in the paranormal, and I've been studying near-death experiences for 40 years plus, professionally and personally, as well as I have had one as a toddler. My mouth's not working. I'm also a host of my own show here on Monday nights called The Angel Rock from 6 to 8 p.m. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends and family about it. This network's been around for 25 plus years, and there's something for everybody here. We have a bunch of new hosts that have got different shows on the network, and we are streaming 7 days a week with multiple shows daily. And when we're not streaming, the archive server is running, and it randomly picks shows over the last 25 plus years to play. So there really is something for everybody here. Now, if you'd like to join in the comments and let people know or be part of the conversation, if you've been to The Thing at the Foot of the Bed or you've been to the Angel Rock, both these shows are very highly participative with our audience. We love to interact with y'all. So where you need to go is to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. It's one long title. You can go to Facebook or YouTube. We're streaming there on video. We're also streaming on my co-host David Hanzel's YouTube channel, The Spirit Experience, as well as to his group on Facebook. We're streaming on Canada's Most Haunted, and this network has its own TV channel on Roku. If you'd like to find that to watch there, you just head over to the channel store on Roku. You're going to type in UFO space P as in paranormal, and there's a drop-down list. We're about the third or fourth one down, and you're looking for UFO space paranormal and United Public Radio, and that's us, and you can watch us. And many of our shows stream on our channel there. I don't stream the Angel Rock, but I do stream The Thing at the Foot of the Bed there. So you can watch us there as well. I think that's everything I wanted to say, Dave. If I forgot, I'll jump in there and throw it in. But on to
my co-host. You told everybody what you do, right?
I did at the beginning. Hi, Steve White from Oklahoma City. Welcome. So go ahead, Dave. Tell them all about your wonderful self.
I am David Hanzel, spiritual medium, channel, paranormal investigator, reader, so on and so forth. All those good, fun, spooky things, which aren't as spooky as you'd think. I hope everybody is having a good day here today. Hello, Steve White, Nicole Thomas Ryan. Love is. Happy Thursday to you as well.
And happy holidays, whatever you may celebrate. And if not, we got New Year's coming up, and I'm going to throw it out there. I did forget this, Dave. The Angel Rock is Monday night, January 1st. And guess what? I'm doing my show live that night, and it's little old me like it was on Christmas night. We had quite the crew there. Nicole Thomas Ryan, I hope you are feeling better. Poor Dave's got this cold flu. I thought I was coming down with it, but knock on wood. And I know Nicole Thomas Ryan got the flu for Christmas, poor girl. So I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, I know that sucks. Hi, Jackie Lane.
And we got Kaysen. Hey, Kaysen from Sri Lanka. We got our whole crew here. We had, I think, every single one of these. I don't think we had, was it Steve? Oh, she said she's finally starting to feel better. That's good. The only one we didn't have on Christmas night, I think, was Steve White. Or if he wasn't chatting. But everybody else was here Christmas night. We had a whole bunch of people here. It was fun. And you know what we did, Dave? we turned on some of the spirit box apps I have, and oh my God, what a joke they were. I just let them run. The first one, it said, I think it said tongue thrasher, like tongue splitter. That was what came through it. I
Tongue
was
splitter?
like, what? Yeah.
Well, maybe it was a reptilian. Tongue
I don't
splitter.
know. I just
Like,
said to it, you're not welcome here. If you're
Yeah,
not
go away,
in
tongue
the light
splitter.
positive on somewhere else, you're not welcome here tonight. So
Yeah, it's Christmas for crying out loud. I was really sick on Monday night. I was, you know, I just hate having a cold. I didn't do. Somebody had said to me, they're like, you haven't been live or do readings in like a week or so. I'm like,
I'm wearing a Christmas
I
shirt. I bought
can't-
this for Christmas,
yeah.
so I'm wearing it again tonight.
I can't do them when I'm on taking cold medicine or anything, so I won't do it. But I'm not taking. I took a little cold medicine tonight, but I'm not doing readings or talking about weird stuff.
You
I
know
did,
what?
however.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was going to say I did, however, for fun,
Yeah.
because we're not sure what we're going to talk about. What our audience wants to talk about tonight, and I went to AI and had him write a zombie story.
Not another one. Okay. Because I was going to say, I don't do readings or healing when I'm not feeling great either, because Colleen, who is an absolute doll, we run Carrie Lynn Shellhorn's show, which is Fridays here, Spirit Switchboard from 6 to 8 p.m. We were there and we had Jen, who I need to join their group and stuff. I hadn't had a chance yet. She was the one that won that spot from Carrie Lynn's 12 Days of Giving, and this lovely lady by the name of Colleen won, and I've been trying to get her reading done. So I messaged her today and I said, hopefully by the weekend, because I have some clients this week too I've got to do. So but I don't want to do it when I'm not feeling good, right?
No, yeah. And if you understand, if you're a medium, and especially since Lorilei's like me, and we use our entire bodies, which mean we use like our clairsentience, clairaudience, everything. And for anybody who don't know what clairs are, it just means clear hearing, clear seeing, clear feeling, etc. And if you're sick, sometimes, you could be sitting there going, did this person have a hard time breathing? Because you're thinking they're having a hard time breathing and it's actually you.
My problem is I can send how I am feeling to other people, especially if and I know you can too, Dave. And that's my biggest fear. And I don't even try and do it. And I have to be really cognizant of it if I'm around somebody that is really, can really feel energy or pick it up, because especially my mood, I have to be really careful about. And you know where I learned about that? In third year university, I've had these gifts, as we all have our whole life. And I was late and I was really PO'd about something, and I usually don't get angry, and I didn't show it. I wasn't slamming anything or whatever, but I was a few minutes late, and I sat down, and my class was quite small by the time third year university. It was a nursing class. And I sat down and the professor said, do you know, Lorilei, when you walk in this room and you're in a really good mood, the whole room becomes in a good mood. But when you're in a bad mood, it affects the whole room as well. And my jaw just dropped, because first of all, I thought, how did she know I was angry about something? And I've never forgotten that was years ago. And over the years, anybody I know that can feel or pick up on energy will pick it up. So I have to be really careful about how I feel when I go in a room. I don't know. Do you find that?
I do. Well, I get, like, when I was sick, I was still getting bombarded with other people's crap. And I don't know what it is. When I'm sick, I just give up. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just going to feel it. I'll feel it with you. Let's both be miserable. That's all good. And it's just like that. But I'm still in a good mood, though. Even though I'm sick, I'm in a good mood, and I like to talk about spooky shit. So I don't care.
Careful with her words there. We're on FM.
I didn't mean to say spooky. But
that's okay.
Me and Jonathan went on. Hi, Jonathan. Me and Jonathan went on Christmas Eve.
Dave, I could not have done Christmas Eve if I wanted. And this is why. Okay. Because at first we were going to do it at 10. I was aiming for 10. Remember I said to you, I'm not going to be doing everything till the last minute. I think I finished at 6:30 in the morning. Wrapping. And what I've been doing before this, I always get the neighbors something, and I have a machine called a Cricut. So I'm making everybody the cutest little, I should have brought one up. It's a little mug and it looks like it's got dripping chocolate all around the edge. And it's got a little really cute marshmallow face. It's got big little eyes with like the eye shine in them. It's got a little smile with big rosy cheeks. And then I did their names on the back. And if I had done that Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, I probably would have been all Christmas Day. So I'm getting those done. But there's no way on God's green earth I could have joined you guys.
We stayed on. I think we did. What was it, Jonathan? About 2 hours or a little over. We did quite a bit, yeah. But I mean,
but there was no way it was happening. No way.
It was kind of it was a fun night, but for those of you who don't know, especially if you're a medium or something and you're reading for a lot of people on an occasion like that, like me, I was really picking up a lot of stuff, and some of it I just was like, oh, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, please don't feel like that. Should be happy. And and I just wanted to tell everybody what you always tell people, which is it's just one day. It's one day. It doesn't mean
one day. And if we can tell ourselves that, right? Especially because with the way things are financially, I was going to address Nicole's comment in just a sec. It's just one day because the way things have been financially, so many people have not been able to go home, or there's been a lot of loss this year. And I thought, you know what, that's why, because people kept saying, why are you doing a show Christmas night? I was so glad I did. I was free Christmas night to do it.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, there was a lot of people who were alone and feeling kind of alone. So we got to have fun and talk about ghosty, spooky stuff and a whole bunch of stuff. So why not, right? And then,
why not? Yeah.
And then, you know what, it's one day. Just remember that. And I know a lot of people feel alone, but we never really are alone. And that was part of my advice too, was if you're feeling really down, one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself that can give a gift to others is to, maybe there's a soup kitchen that needs volunteers to help serve or to do something for others, because it really makes you feel good inside. Most people love, you like to feel that you're needed or somebody needs some help. Most people are like that, unless you're a psychopath or something. But
I forgot to tell you something. And this is a good show to tell it to you on. So how Lorilei and I did a show a couple of weeks ago about apps on the phone and spirit boxes and all that fun stuff. And it was Christmas morning.
Thank you, love it.
And I used the miracle box. And usually on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, but this time it was Christmas Day, I kind of say hi to all the people that I know who have passed, all my friends and stuff like that, and my family, just kind of say, hey, what's up? And I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? I'm really feeling there's somebody here. And so I just picked that one up. I put it on, and the first one I did, I said, hey, it's me. I'm sorry, no prayers or anything, but is there anybody here? And it was clear as day. It went, yes. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was trying to ask who it was, and I know they were trying to give me names, and I didn't understand them, and I didn't want to. You know how some people make something sound like it is, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't sit there and say what names were or not, but it said yes plenty of times. And I've never heard that miracle box say yes so perfectly, because it plays everything backwards. So you'd think it would sound like yes, something like that. And it was just like, yes. And I was like, okay, I got it. You're here. So I don't know who is here, but I thought it was pretty cool. And it was
I don't know why when you said that, and I don't even like the song. Remember that song back in the 80s? And it was like, who can it be now?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that while you were saying that. I don't know who it was, but I wanted to address this. So Nicole Thomas Ryan says, all my little 4 and 5-year-olds know my mood, even when I don't. Sometimes I can tell you the reason why I highlighted this. My kids, well, my eldest is a real character. He's got quite the sense of humor. And he'll say to me, if he even said it to me over the holidays. I forget what I said. And he goes, woman, get out of my head. Because we will finish each other's sentences. Or my youngest, like I can think I'm hiding my mood from my kids. and my youngest starts to get really clingy, like if I'm like really stressed or something and I'm not showing it. But you got to think about it as women, right? We carry our children for 9 months, right? If you're not going to intermingle your energy, if there's somebody else that you haven't intermingled your energy with, it's going to be a kid, right? So that's probably why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kids
hi, Debbie Molly. Merry Christmas.
Hi, Debbie.
Happy holidays. Mm-hmm.
Merry Christmas to Schmoly.
And Lovey says that song was overplayed, wasn't it? I know. It really
still is. I worked in a grocery store for 7 years, and I probably heard it 50,000 times a day. It's, you know, what's really funny is with Lorilei and I know this isn't spooky, but this is scary. All the songs we grew up on now, back then that were so cool, we hear them in elevators.
Oh, I know.
In grocery stores.
I watched over Christmas that I have never seen, but I've seen so much controversy over it that I thought, I got to watch this. I've never seen it. I don't know how I hadn't. Was everywhere I've seen lately is, oh my God, my head just went blank. Oh my God, give me a sec. I got to find it.
It's okay. While you're going blank, I was in the grocery store there's a food line that's called by me, and I was in the grocery store and I was shopping, and you know what came on? And she blinded me with science. Thomas
Dolby, my God.
In a freaking grocery store. This is stuff we used to hear in a club, and it's in the grocery store. And I could not help myself. I'm dancing around, opening up the freezer. She blinded me with science. You know, I'm going on. I must have looked like a fool to everybody.
My partner loves older music. I don't think I'm trying to be cool, but I like a lot of newer music. I remember the name of the movie. I don't even know how, my mind just went blank. Die Hard. And everywhere I've seen lately, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or isn't it? So I thought, how have I not seen these? Oh my God, I have been hooked. I've watched all four of them. All four of them.
I have never saw Die Hard.
Oh my God, you have to watch it.
What else I never thought, and people are going to be a hate on me. I've never saw what's the Scarface. Never saw Scarface.
I've seen it.
I've never.
A lot of people haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life. Like we were talking about that Christmas night and asking people what are their favorite Christmas movies, and I said my favorites are Love Actually. And I really love It's a Wonderful Life. And then you know what one I forgot to watch, but I also watched it because I always watch something or listen to something while I'm, creating or making stuff, was The Polar Express. That is a really good movie. Actually.
I've seen parts of it. I've never saw it though. I've never saw The Sound of Music, which is hilarious.
I had never seen that either till I started hanging out with Dell, my partner. And then not even till about 10 years ago, I finally watched it and I couldn't understand what all the hype was about it because I knew people, it was their favorite movie. No disrespect, but I really can't get into musicals.
I can't either. I don't like them. I don't like them either. And The Sound of Music was actually, that was more like a horror movie for me. Just the parts I saw. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
I watched the whole thing. Debbie, right on Love Actually. Is that not a beautiful movie? Like, have you seen it, Dave? Like, it's such a good movie.
I never saw Love Actually. Okay, you know what? Up until, I can tell you this, in all honesty, up until in 2015, I've never really watched anything unless it was a hardcore comedy or a hardcore horror movie. Otherwise, I never watched anything. No love stories, no anything like that.
Yeah, but this movie, when it came out, was a little, yeah, exactly. I was just going to say this. Debbie said so many great actors and actresses in it. It was shot in the UK on a small budget, and it has huge actors and actresses from the UK in there, and it's got Keira Knightley, it's got Liam Neeson, it's got Emma Thompson, Hugh Grant, Colin Firth, like everyone you could think of. And what it is, it starts 5 weeks before Christmas, and it had Alan, oh God, what's his name? Snape. He played Snape in Harry Potter. Yeah, he was in there. There's a whole bunch, and their lives all kind of intermingle, but they don't interact. But it's a countdown to Christmas, and even the music. I have downloaded some of the music from it because Bill Nighy, the British guy, blonde hair, usually very prim and proper in most of his roles. He plays this ex-heroin addict rock star for searching for a comeback at any price. And so he insults his manager. He calls him his fat manager. And they take what was the name of the song? Love, I think it's Love Is All Around is the name of it, but they change it to Christmas Is All Around. You have to watch it. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. Bill Nighy. And the guy who played Davy Jones.
Katervana. What's
hi, Katervana. She said, I honestly prefer horror movies. Your mom and you used to feud over vampires and werewolves. She was Team Werewolf. I was Team Vamp. Team Vamp, and rest in peace.
Team Werewolf. Yep.
I'm Team Vamp all the way, always.
Yeah, I am not a Christmas guy as far as movies go. I did love the horror movies. Anybody who's watching right now who liked horror movies, do you know the reason why you like them? I mean, I'm not telling you why you like them. I mean, do you understand why? Because it's funny, and the reason I want to bring it up because before I was sick, I watched every horror movie a new horror movie came out, I would watch it. The slashier, the bloodier, the better. And I tried watching them in the last couple of years. And now I watch them and it's just, I'm cheering on the killer because I can't stand the teenagers. And I'm just like, I just don't like horror movies anymore. And that's so funny. But I suppose too, between 2015 and now, I did a lot of investigations, talked to a lot of spooky stuff. I'm like, horror movies just don't do it for me anymore. I like the real thing. I do.
Well, to me, okay, the blood and guts, like Nicole said, I love spooky, but not blood and guts. Okay, what drives me absolutely insane, I can't stand jump scares. And if there's a lot of suspense, I literally can't sit there. I have to get up and be moving around. I just can't stand that feeling. And the thing with the blood and guts, okay, as a nurse, believe me, you see more than your fair share of blood and guts.
Yeah.
And what scares me the most, okay, is in third year university. God, I've talked about this twice now tonight. I was on as a student on the locked ward in the psych hospital that was here. And that's where they lock up the criminally insane. And there had been a rape up there of a social worker 3 weeks before we started. By one of the, I'm not going to call them patients, they were inmates, but what scared me the most is I used to work at Sears as a 16-year-old, okay? And I just about died when there were people in that locked ward that I had seen that used to come to the mall, and I would see them, but they had been there for so long, they would get a day pass for good behavior. And some of the things I experienced on that floor, people are scarier, I think, than most things in the paranormal. And I actually downloaded a few videos tonight for that too, Dave, because I think real people sometimes are scarier.
Oh, I think so. Yes, I'm gonna play some of those videos. You guys, we're gonna play some videos, do some comments on it, talk about it. Did you see the horror movie though? You probably haven't. Has anybody on here saw the horror movie Talk to Me? Where the kids get it's a hand that belonged to a medium. It's just the hand and it's like porcelain and it's got writing all over. And the game is they all sit there and they hold the hand with their hand and then they say, talk to me. The rules are, though, you got to let go, I think, within 10 seconds or 30 seconds or the spirit across from you stays. And I've never saw it, but that's the reason is because, I mean, for some people take it, I've already watched some people who watched that movie and then made it into real life. Know what I mean? Now everything that happens to me, oh my God, it's just like the movie. No, it's not. But I hear it's a very entertaining movie.
Well, Catervana says, I still remember when my mom had all the Nightmare on Elm Streets on VHS, and 4-year-old me would go in there and put them in the VHS and just watch them and cackle.
Oh,
you guys missed, okay, our big joke on here for a while. We were called the thong at the foot of the bed, and I think it was Nicole that came up with that name because the first Halloween movie with Kevin Bacon, okay, and I'd never seen any of them, and my partner Dal made me watch them once, right? And I was watching them, and all of a sudden I go, what the heck is with Kevin Bacon's Speedo when he's on the dock? So I took a screenshot, we blew it up. I don't know what they put in Kevin Bacon's Speedo. We should pull it up because it's the end of the year, just for a good laugh. Y'all tell me what you think. I think it's a pack of gum. I'll find it and I'll send it to myself and I'll put it up.
And I feel really bad for him if it's a pack of gum.
If it's that bad that he had to stuff it with a pack of gum. Wait till you guys see this. You're going to be going, wait, I think I can look it up. I'll put
it's obviously imitation bacon.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is. I'll put night.
Oh, I should watch Kevin Bacon watches the show one time going, what are they talking about?
Kevin Bacon, you know what we're talking about. You just take a look at yourself in that Speedo. You were the one that must have put it in there. You had to have. Like, it is just creepier than all get out. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I found it. Hang on, guys.
Oh, you found it. Okay, you guys, this is what's at the foot of your bed.
It better not be. If this is one of the scariest looking things I've ever seen. Hang on, I'm just sending it to myself. Send. Okay, we're sending, and then we'll get present and we'll share. First thing to share tonight. Oh, Vanna says, that's hilarious. Imitation bacon, that's good. Debbie's laughing her head off, and then she's talking about Stephen King back there. Okay, did it go through? It went through. Okay, hang on, everybody. Wait till you guys ready. This is for we're getting into the end of the year. So somebody messaged me, so let me get back on me.
For those who are just listening, try to find a replay of this this episode, and then you can see it. It's on our YouTube channels.
Okay, hang on. Okay, we're on Facebook. There we go. Okay, let's share it. Hang on, it's a coming. Just gonna take me a sec to add it to the stage. Are you ready?
Oh,
we're gonna blow it up real good. We're gonna blow it up real good. This is Kevin Bacon from the Halloween movie, and you all tell me what you think is in that Speedo. Hey, Howie, welcome. So what do you guys think? Is that imitation bacon or is that imitation bacon? That looks like an old pack of Wrigley spearmint gum to me.
It looks like he has a Pez dispenser in his pants.
Oh, that could be that too. I don't even want to think
that's where he keeps his
dispenser is.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did that.
Okay, so Caravana says, oh my God, that looks like a Tootsie Roll sticking out. Debbie says Pez dispenser. Okay, Pez dispenser I could see, but I don't want to think about where the head of the Pez dispenser is because, good Lord.
If there's anybody popping on new that's watching and you're seeing that weird picture like that, we're talking about scary things at the foot of the bed. And tonight it's Kevin Bacon in a thong.
It's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon in a thong. Hi, Danielle Long. Welcome.
I don't even think it's close to 6 degrees. It's more like 3.
All I can tell you is I have never seen something like that in nature before. Okay, so Debbie goes, damn it, Dave, quit telepathically reading my mind. And then Catervana says more like a peen dispenser.
Howie, hey, Howie, welcome. Howie says maybe he's deformed.
I wouldn't be advertising that. I don't know.
Robo, oh, you said Robo. I gotcha.
oh my God. I wish I could say this, Howie. I'll just put it up on the screen.
You guys, if you're only listening to the show, you're missing out on a lot of silly things.
Yeah, I'll have to come over and be part of the video. If you want to watch it, come over to UFO Paranormal Radio on YouTube or Facebook. You can go to Dave's YouTube, which is the Spirit Experience, mine, which is the Angel Rock of Lorilei Potvin. And she goes, is that a hoof?
It looks like the heel of a stiletto.
That's a pretty chunky heel.
So if anybody's wondering why we're not talking about spooky stuff, hey, if you're at home scared right now and you're watching a thing at the foot of the bed, we're just trying to make you laugh for a minute.
Yeah, we did this before, and we have to give, I'm positive it was Nicole Thomas Wright who named the song at the foot of the bed when we did this. So since we're kind of doing year in review, because next week, and Dave and I haven't figured out what we're doing yet. If you guys have suggestions, let us know. But it's our year anniversary next Thursday. We have been around for a full year. Boy, did that fly by fast.
Oh my God. If life goes any faster, I'm going to be gone before you know it.
I know. Okay, I'll take her off. I'll take it off of there. I don't know why our little screen there is so small. Must be me, maybe. But holy cow! Howie goes, hey, I can come on it. Well, we don't usually do guests. That's the only thing. So for the year anniversary, let's do something that involves everybody, Howie. But we don't usually, we had Carrie Lynn on because we knew she was having us on, but we don't usually do guesty guests. But
or maybe we can have a couple people on for short spots at a time and bring on guests.
Hello, Roger. Well, we might be able to. We'll have to talk about it. But we meant, is there something you guys would like to see? Like, is there something fun that all of us could participate in when celebrating a year anniversary? Oh, Nicole says she's laughing and coughing. Actually, speaking of,
we couldn't take clips from all our show and put them together.
Oh, Howie loves Carrie Lynn. Yes, we love her too. I just adore her. Speaking of Roger Garza, right here, Roger Garza, and his wife Faye Ewing Garza. They have a show called Latino Psychic Visions is Wednesdays, but This Mug's for You is Saturday. And I'm hanging out with them this Saturday morning, coming 10:30 Central, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So hang out with us on Facebook and YouTube. I think YouTube's the best spot though, because Roger, if you don't mind, maybe type the name of your YouTube, because I don't think it's is it under your name? I can't remember, because otherwise you get all the people in there pretending they're psychics. You know them all.
Yeah.
Oh, Howie's on vacation. I wish I didn't work nights on the week. I know. Well, Dave and I are going to talk about it. We haven't talked. We sort of talked about it, but we haven't really decided what we're.
Yeah. We'll try to figure out
for everyone, right, Dave?
We'll try to figure out something fun. I thought about doing like a year in cryptids. Although I tried to bring up stuff about the cryptids of 2023 sightings, and you know what, Lorilei, I combed through probably about 50,000 videos and said, oh my God, it's just everybody with the same video saying something different. It's like, but there were some good ones and I did save them. I just got to find them. I put them under a heading in my YouTube, but there's some pretty decent things there. I think there's been some pretty cool Bigfoot stuff.
I had a couple that I downloaded. Top 10 list of the first year, Nicole says. Okay. And David, would you like to be a guest? He said sometimes. It's under Roger Garza, Senior Psychic. I knew it was different. So Catervana says, I've been looking to get read and I can't find anyone who can give me a good read. I've had a lot of death and I want to get some closure. If you know any good ones, let me know. Well, we're psychic mediums, and David's pretty darn good when it comes to mediumship. I definitely tell you that. So you can certainly.
I don't talk to dead people anymore. No, I'm kidding. That's all I do.
I do mediumship too, but if you've had a lot and you want super specific stuff, David's your man. Hit him up. Pin him up. We always tell you guys how to get a hold of us at the end of the show. Anyways, I like this. This is what we're looking for. So like Nicole said, top 10 list of the first year. Guys have anything spooky you want to send in? Maybe something we didn't cover in the first year that you want to, let's make it a party. And that doesn't mean that we don't want Howie here, because we do. It's just, we want to make sure we got everybody kind of in the audience all together that we've had.
I like kind of the top 10 list of like our favorite stuff that we covered this year.
David and I, by the way, and Dave got sick. So and I've been super insanely busy with Christmas. But we have been working on putting together the group we've been promising you guys. So you can post your stuff, you can ask questions, you can make suggestions, right, Dave?
Exactly. Katrina says, will do. How much do you charge, David? I won't say that over the internet.
Yeah, maybe better to contact you after the show.
I will tell you this though. I don't even charge half as much as most people.
Yeah. So you know what? We'll tell you how to get a hold of both of us at the end of the show, and you can hit them up and stuff. We also do lots for free too, Caravana. I haven't been able to be on Dave's TikTok much lately, but David goes live on there a lot on his own TikTok, and I try to join him usually before Christmas was coming and everything, at least once a week, usually Wednesday nights.
We've been so busy here, there, the other place. But yeah, sometimes it's me and Lorilei, like me and Jonathan from JK47 Paranormal have gone on. He brings a spirit box, and most of the time it's me by myself. And I probably do about, I think it's per hour, I probably do about 30 or so readings.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's
Sandra.
lots of stuff. Yeah. Hi, Sandra. So like I say, we do stuff for free too. So like Roger Garza, for example, I joined him on the Smugs for You. His wife Faye was taking her grandson out to see dinosaur things. And I think we were supposed to be there for an hour and a half. And I think I didn't have anywhere to be. And I stayed on there for 3 hours and we did readings. So people came on and had questions and we did readings. So just got to keep your eyes open. That's all.
Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. There's lots of places. I don't do as many mediumship readings on TikTok, though, unless a spirit comes through and I don't say no. I don't ever say no to that. But with all that being said, do you want to bring up a video and start?
Okay, so how about I'm doing that? I'm glad actually you did the AI. I was being a smart aleck about that. Do you want to read your AI story while I'm getting
Oh, yeah. Okay, listen, you guys, and this is for fun. I did, once again, because it's fun, is I had AI write a scary story about us. And it's not long, and I'll read it while Lorilei is queuing up the videos we're going to watch and comment on. And you guys, of course, we would love you to comment on them as well.
I didn't label.
So here we go. Oh, it doesn't have a title though. Damn AI. And this is the first time I'm reading it, so I have no clue. David Hanzel and Lorilei Potvin mediums turned zombies had become an oddity in the post-apocalyptic world. They had been using their undead state to entertain and assist the remnants of humanity with their supernatural antics, despite the eerie background of their condition. However, on the night of the blood red mood, something within them stirred, and the mansion that had become their haunt took on a more sinister aura. Their humorous escapades took a dark turn as the mansion's walls began to whisper ancient incantations resonating with the medium's twisted souls. The zombies, once clumsy and playful under the medium's influence, became more coordinated and purposeful. David's prophecies turned cryptic and ominous. Beware the dawn, for shadows grow long. He rasped, his voice echoing through the halls with a chilling resonance that left even the bravest survivors shivering. Lorilei's seances became conduits for something much more ancient and malevolent. The undead began to circle around her, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light as she chanted in the language not spoken by any living tongue. Spectral figures started to materialize around the room, their wails growing louder, merging with the groans of the zombies into terror. The grand ballroom, once set for a bizarre celebration, transformed into a vortex of spectral energy. The dance of the undead turned into an eerie ritual, their movements precise and unnerving. Survivors who had come to watch the spectacle found themselves unable to move, their feet glued to the ground by an unseen force, and the zombies danced even closer. As midnight struck, I'm almost done. As midnight struck, David and Lorilei's eyes flashed with preternatural light, whatever that is, and a sudden silence fell upon the room. The zombies stopped their dance and turned as one to face the living guests. In that moment, the mansion itself seemed to come alive, its very structure groaning and shifting. The once humorous mediums, now fully embraced by their dark powers, raised their arms to the sky. A spectral wind howled through the mansion, extinguishing all light sources, plunging the ballroom into an absolute darkness. Last paragraph. When the lights returned, the survivors found themselves alone. The mediums and their undead entourage has vanished. The mansion, now silent, held an air of menace that had not been there before. Whispers of the medium's transformation into something far more terrifying than zombies traveled across the land. The line between the living and the dead had been blurred, and the tale of David Hanzel and Lorilei Potvin became a legend. One of laughter that turned into screams, of a night when the veil between the worlds was torn, and something truly scary and weird was unleashed upon the world. That was not as good as AI as they normally do. And you know what? Here's something. But you want to hear something funny, guys? When I had plugged in what I wanted it to talk about, at the end of the plugged in, I said, "Oh, by the way, can you make the paragraph a bit scary and weird?" And then what was the last line? Something truly scary and weird was unleashed upon the world. I'm like, AI got lazy. Speaking of, did you hear about the AI robot that like hurt somebody?
I did on Amazon. Oh, so Case and thought, first of all, about your story. You said that's like the writing of Edgar Allan Poe.
It is. It is. It does sound like that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the robot that was at AI robot at Amazon?
Yeah, I didn't hear everything about it, but
yeah, I did hear about it. It was interesting.
That's my sentiments too. I just said that's interesting.
Yeah, and I left it at that.
Yeah,
okay,
me too.
This story, I have seen this video. That was good though, Dave. I thought it was good. And thank you for doing that, because you still got to take the time to plug all that in there and go over it in a whole bit. And we like zombies on this channel, but only when they're in a story.
Yeah, in a story.
So this
they drank too much at a bar, you know.
Mm-hmm. So this video I have seen. I don't know about the rest of y'all. What I'll do, I'll play it, and then I got to blow it up for you so you can see it big enough. And it's not very long. I'll let it play a couple times. See what you guys think, because this is kind of strange. Now, we got to remember, with deep fakes out there with videos and what have you. But this was really interesting. I think this video was originally, I don't think he says it in the video, but this video clip was caught, I think, on a closed captioned camera, actually. So hang on, I'll play it, and then I got to blow it up. So hang on. So play
down, and all of a sudden a third creature or something comes up from him and starts chasing him, and then goes back in his body. Is this real?
Okay, let it so you guys can see it.
Creepy things caught on security cameras that I cannot explain. This guy goes down, and all of a sudden a third creature or something comes up from him and starts chasing him, and then goes back in his body. Is this real?
Have you seen this one? I have seen this video much closer actually. Have you seen it before?
It's one of those. I've saw it. It's one of those videos that needs more footage.
More footage, more information. No, I've seen it up closer, but it does look like a security camera. Now I don't know if the one I saw, and I've seen it quite a few times, this video, whether it's close up or from an over top angle, and it's kind of hard to distinguish. So I'm kind of glad it was from far away, because up close, it's like, what am I seeing here? And then I've also seen in certain, it seems, gatherings with people at concerts, they've been catching shadowy type things jumping from person to person in security videos. Have you seen that too?
I haven't saw that. And for those who are listening instead of watching, the video is basically a closed circuit TV, whatever. What are those called? Camera, ring camera, or whatever. Yeah, a cam. It caught another guy walking up to another guy, and I guess they were going to get in a fight. And one of the guys, it appeared to be a shadow thing, came out of that and fought, and then went back into the guy. I don't know what to be. I mean, I don't want to sit here and be Mr. Negative on that one, but that one is far, because I've saw it before a while back, and I thought that one myself. I'm like, nah, that was posted, that was purposely made in order to get views. But I would gladly retract that if there was more footage.
I agree. Plus, we need more details. If we were taking it face value, am I going to say it's definitely paranormal? No, but it's odd.
It's odd. It is. For those of you who don't or haven't listened to the show, Lorilei and I, it's not that I'm probably way more skeptical, but we both agree that sometimes we're not going to take it at face value, like Lorilei just said. We want more information before we say this is real, this is not real.
And I'll even add a little bit more to that. We can take it at face value with the fact that saying it's definitely not right. Is it fake? Was it faked? Is it real? What is it? But I agree with you 100% that we definitely need a lot more details. Plus, I think that a healthy dose of skepticism is important. But with that proviso, I always say that I believe the truth eventually always rises to the surface.
It's kind of like those videos where the people are talking to the invisible people, like on camera. It looks like they're talking to people. Now, there's a couple of them you watch, and even I look at them too, and I'm like, that really looks like that's happening. But then I did notice after those couple videos, and this is what happens. If you can see the very first video of something, it's probably has way more truth to it than all the ones that come after it, because we got a bunch of copycats after that. The first one I saw was on the
that's for sure.
Yeah. But the first one I saw was the one where the guy was at I think he was standing outside a gate talking, and it was a black and white footage, and it was through a cam. I first watched that one. It's one of the first ones that came out, and I thought, I could see that happening. I could totally see how that's happening. But then copycat people came in, and their videos weren't good, you know. Yeah. But that first one, I think that can happen.
I think it's kind of like that app Random. Okay, but it's kind of like this app Randonautica. And I got a lot of questions about that app when it came out. And I was still on my previous network at that time. So it was quite a few years ago. And people were manifesting things much quicker than they should have. There's been newspaper reports of people looking for something spooky, plugging it into their app, and it supposedly finds glitches in the matrix. It gives you a longitude, latitude, and you're supposed to go there after you say what you want to find, okay? And people have found dead bodies that were not found before, like actual newspaper reports of this. I know Nuke's Top 5 had some crazy video footage that people took. Like there was really, really weird stuff. So I really dug deep with this app. And apparently at the time, when people were using it, all your info that you plugged in was going to one computer in Australia, and it was a quantum computer in the University of Australia. Because to me, the law of attraction does not work the way they are saying that you manifest what you're looking for. So people that wanted to find something good were finding something good, or they want to find something beautiful or something spooky or something creepy or whatever it was, right? And it was happening. And then now though, oh my gosh, because there is a Reddit page and there's a X or Twitter feed. People just fake the house with these things. Like you can't trust anything you see on there now at all from what it was. So there's copycats. I know. They do that, right?
There's a lot of copycats, absolutely. So we got them. Does anybody have any comments on what we just watched? Anybody think it's real, not real?
I got some more.
You got more? Cool. Let's play some more.
Yeah, I downloaded quite a few. I don't know about this creepy one. I started to, there's one with a creature. I only watched the first part. We'll see what you think, so let me get it uploaded first here. Come on. Okay, are you up there? Okay, hang on. I'm going to pause it. It's not very long. We'll see what you all think about this, because for me, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. We'll see what you think. So Kaysen said Randonautica is creepy. Hang on. Sorry, he said it's creepy. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was saying something to Dave. You got to grab some water. Go ahead. He said Randonautica is creepy. I don't know if it's the app. Sorry, I got to go back to comments here. I can't read without my glasses. Go ahead, Dave.
Now I'm curious about that app.
It's creepy. I don't know if it's the app or the users themselves manifesting things. Plus, we know how the law of attraction works, and the law of attraction does not work that quickly. Plus, there's an emotion attached with this, because I had quite the in-depth conversation with somebody about this, and I said you also have to attach a positive emotion to it. And when you see some of the things, and you film yourself while you're doing this, or you can vlog, you can report to it. There's there's all kinds of crazy stuff that was showing up on that app years ago, like crazy. I remember this one Nuke's Top 5 video. This guy was in Canada and he was looking for something spooky. He ended up finding this old car that was a car wreck out in the middle of nowhere. I think it was in Alberta, one of the provinces out west. And as he was filming it, he was seeing all these toys and stuff. And he was picking up all these EVPs, and it freaked the heck out of this guy. Like, he was not faking it. So he booked it. And his viewers, he's streaming live when he did it too. So his viewers asked him to go back. So he reluctantly went back, and a whole bunch of other stuff happened. It was really creepy, really creepy.
We should.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look into that this week.
Good luck with it, because I don't know how I found, because I was hell-bent on finding out where is this information going, because it was with my previous co-host that I used to do a show with years ago on this network and the previous network. And I'm positive we did the show on the previous network, because I don't have a copy of any of my old shows. I wish we did, because this one was an interesting one. And it was, I think I dug for hours because I wanted to know, where is this information going? Like, how is this working? Like, I wanted to know, like, who's pulling the strings behind this? And I was able to uncover, it went to a quantum computer, what supposedly is a computers of the future, yet nobody really knows where the computer is accessing its information from. When you look into quantum computers, is it in another dimension? Is it in whatever? So apparently it was at the University of Australia. They had a quantum computer they were connecting with the app at that time. So it's pretty quick.
And it's called Randonautica. I'm going to check it out.
If you were doing it, it was called randonauting. And what the theory is that this computer is looking at the area. It'll ask you if you're okay with going into water or not. And then it gives you a longitude and latitude. And supposedly it is finding, quote unquote, glitches in the matrix where people have not been before or anything like that. And you set what your intention is before you go. So people, like, I remember there was one video clip, and I think Nuke's Top 5 covered quite a few of these things off and on. And there was these kids, and it's young kids, like it was in their early 20s, late teens, and they're all laughing because they want something really creepy, right? They get this woman, if it was a woman, on a street corner. They didn't even hit their location yet. They were close to it. And her hair, she had to be in her, God, I don't know how old she was, probably late 70s, but had this really gross spiky hair and spiky teeth. And just the look on her face was, I'm getting goosebumps, pure evil. And her eyes were completely black. Like, and these kids, you could tell from them filming it, like, were freaked out because they all thought it was a big joke. One theory, Kaysen said it's connected to the dark web. I don't know, Kaysen, because you could be right. Like, this thing, our concern, it was Seraphine and I at the time, was what's going on with this? Like, who's pulling the strings and what's behind all this? Like, how are people, when you want to find something creepy or spooky, you're finding a murder site? And it didn't happen just once, Dave. There was at least 3 that I can think of in my research that came up in the US of people finding dead bodies. One was in a suitcase on the shores. I think it was in San Francisco or San Diego. It was pretty creepy. Now,
I'm reading it. Although what's really funny is it only has a 3 rating.
Well, now it would. I'd be surprised it even has a 3 now, because I checked it out about a year ago. Not a year ago, maybe 8 months ago, because I was going to do an update kind of show on it, and it's not even worthwhile looking at the video, because what people are putting up there, people are faking the house.
Faking that stuff. Yeah. That's
so fake.
That's what happens. We get something, and then a bunch of people make so many fakes it gets discredited right off the bat. And
this was so fake. It's not even funny. But like I said, the stuff in the beginning, and I'm sure Kaysen can back me up because I know he knows what he's talking about by what he's putting in the comments. He goes, I saw it on the channel called Mackie and Amanda. Okay, I think I might know who are they paranormal investigators, Case? And I think I've heard those names. Because yeah, like in the beginning, it was creepy. And I remember Seraphine and I were talking about this, like, what's involved with this? Like, why are people finding this kind of stuff? Because we know the law of attraction doesn't work that way, the way the app was set up. And exactly what you said, you heard, Case, and it might be the dark web where it was connected. We wanted to know who was connecting people to these coordinates to be able to find these supposed glitch in the matrices or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Amanda's a medium. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of Mackie and Amanda before. So, like I say, it was creepy. So I don't know what was involved with it, but like I said, now it's not worthwhile really looking at because it's kind of been ruined. Okay, so I have this unexplained. It's not very long. Oh, it says 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So let's see how long I think I only watched the first part, or maybe I'll wait till Dave gets back and then I'll play it.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
My nose is running and I went to go blow my nose. Otherwise, I probably would have blew the speakers out.
Well, okay. So hang on. Okay, so I'm going to add this. I only saw the first few seconds of this. I thought, okay, let's watch this together and see. So I'm going to start it and then I'll blow it up for you guys. So hang on. So this is weird. It says weird and unusual. I think it says weird and unexplained videos from the internet.
A guy was walking in the woods when he saw a strange creature walk in the distance. The creature looked very similar to Bigfoot. The person kept recording as the creature walked and finally disappeared into the forest. What do you think?
I'm going to pause that for a sec. So what did you think of that? What did you think of that? Because when I saw that, what did you guys think?
I think no. And the reason I think no is because it's looking down. Bigfoot doesn't have to look down to see where he's going to snap.
I agree.
Huh? Yeah.
Plus,
that's the first thing I thought.
Like a normal Bigfoot walk.
Exactly. It didn't have
I agree.
the same
I haven't seen plastic. No, it walked like a man. It's just like kind of like
exactly. That's in fact. I wanted to put some pleasant music in the background. You know. I agree.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do this because we get so in depth. But you guys, if you're just tuning in, you are listening to UFO Paranormal Radio and United Public Radio Network on 105.3 and 107.7 out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And you're listening to or watching The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with your host, myself, Lorilei Potvin, and my good friend and amazing medium and host, David Hanzel. And we're just looking, if you're listening to this video, was from TikTok, because I always forget 80% of our audience is audio. We're watching just a few clips off of TikTok and wherever, just weird, creepy videos. These are strange and unusual. So the first video we showed was, they said it was a viral video that Bigfoot had been caught on, but I'm going to say Bigfoot my butt.
So the consensus is 2 thumbs down from David and Lorilei.
Yes. I don't know what the rest of the video is because I thought let's watch it together. So I'm going to start it again for you guys out there that maybe are just tuning in or you want to watch it again. See what you think. It's kind of hard to see anyways because it's got that stupid big sign like his whatever he's.
And so everybody there out knows that there. I am a 110% believer in Bigfoot the cryptid. I am a believer. I know it exists. It's unfortunate that there's so many videos out there that don't do it justice, but you know, it's entertaining for people, so I get it.
Okay, so these videos, I put my glasses on. If you want to check them out yourself and you're listening, this one in particular, 8 strange and unusual things off of the internet. It's all one word and it's called Ink Flicks. So I-N as in Nancy, K as in Kevin, F as in Frank, L as in Lion, I-C, K as in Kevin, S as in Sam, if you want to see this. So I'm going to replay this so you guys can check this out again, but oh, please play.
8 strange and unexplained videos from the internet. A guy was walking in the woods when he saw a strange creature walking in the distance. The creature looked very similar to Bigfoot. The person kept recording as the creature walked and finally disappeared into the forest. What do you think?
I think it's fake.
Fake. That's what we think. We think it's fake. Actually, we don't think. We probably know.
A person driving a car notices something floating in midair.
Well, that's interesting.
It is hard to know exactly what it was, but from what I see, it looks like a bird frozen in time, or maybe an object. What are your thoughts?
Oh, what that is.
Here's my thoughts. I'm going to tell you guys, and I hate to burst
A strange
Okay, let me
phenomenon
pause it. Let me
by
pause
many,
it, Dave.
where a tornado is formed in such a
Hang on. Okay, but I'm going to pause it while you're talking. Okay, go ahead.
For the glitch thing, because I watched a bunch of glitch ones and I saw some really good ones. There's a gentleman on, he's a young kid. His name is Mitch, and I think it's called Mitch Knows Everything.
Oh, is
And
that
what
the one
Mitch-
you sent me? Is that the one you
Mitch
sent me
knows-
before?
Yeah, he does extensive research on all these things. That's his life, to do research on all these anomalies. And I mean, some of the ones that I saw, I'm like, okay, that's totally a real thing in that water. I remember the one I watched, and it was an oarfish, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh my God, even I fell for it. I thought, oh my God, that's some kind of cryptid. No, it's an oarfish. And so he delves into this stuff, and he went into a lot of these glitch videos that are out there. Now, I am not saying all the glitch videos, but the majority of the ones he found, they said these are completely staged by people with views. And people have, and me and Lorilei have talked about this before. People have gotten so good with the fakes. It's getting really hard to tell nowadays. But I don't know if that bird one, I've saw it a few times. I'm going to say this. I don't know. I
I
can't
don't know either. I don't know
That's
either.
all I can say is I don't know. I'm not
I
going to
have-
say it's not, and I'm not going to say it is.
I can't. I wish I had thought to find it. There's a video of this girl filming her chickens, like little baby. They're juveniles. I'd say they're
But
not.
they
her
explain that video though.
chickens. So the one where her chickens were all frozen.
Yep, they explained it.
Okay, so what did they say happened?
I didn't know that either. Another farmer did. He did the video and he said, "This is my chickens. Watch, they do the same thing." When those kind of chickens, I guess, when there is a predator around or like a hawk or something like that, they do one of two things. They either run or they completely stand still to not be detected by the predator. And they
but
do
there
it.
wasn't a predator.
There was. There
Where
wasn't that one. It was a fake predator. They were doing it on purpose to the chickens.
No, this
to
was
get
a young girl. This was a girl like that. These were
know.
her pets, and she was feeding them.
Yeah,
And
it's on TikTok.
I don't know. I think I seen it on YouTube. But
Yeah, it's actually on TikTok as well. Yeah,
They were that
and
way
they
for
did.
about 2 minutes. There was no predator.
They were like, the chickens do something, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying this is what I watch because I'm a big research guy. Because when I watched that one, I thought, no, because I've seen that behavior in other animals. I've seen that behavior in fainting goats. I've seen that in other things. And those chickens do that particular breed of chicken, I guess, does that. I don't know. I'm not an expert. So, but there might be several videos we could be talking about.
They had never done that before. Like she was scared, this girl. You could tell. They were all at the barn by her house.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everything just froze and she didn't know what to do. And then just as quickly as it looked like somebody had stopped the video and they were that way for about a minute and a half. Like she was really scared. You could tell in the video. And then it looked like somebody had pushed play and then they just started running just like they had been running. They had all been running and they were supposed to come and eat and they were frozen for about a minute and a half. And she's going, oh my God, like what is going on here? Like she was really scared. And then all of a sudden it was like somebody pushed play again and they started running. Just like they had been running like mid-step, like one leg. And I hear what you're saying. If there was a predator or something, that could make sense. Absolutely.
It is. Hold on just a second. I don't know if we can hear this, but hold on.
So freezing is a pretty universal fear response in animals. It's going to be more common in prey species like these chickens than in other animals. But like even we do it, right? We've all had that moment where you remember something or you hear something and you
They had no reason to be afraid, Dave. If we're talking the same thing, no reason. She was
They're commenting. I think they're commenting on that video though.
Okay,
There's
we'll
some.
grab it for next week then, and we'll play it.
Yeah, I wonder. Is that the video?
Oh goodness.
I don't know.
Where are you going?
I think it might be.
You ready for some grabs? Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's the video. Yeah.
It's grab time. What?
Hang on, I'll move this out of the way.
Why are they all not moving?
But there wasn't any predator there.
What is happening right now? Babies?
That's the video I'm talking about. Like she was feeding them a snack.
I know the reason they went in on that particular video. It goes in deeper. It goes in deeper because I believe that there are some glitch videos that are glitchy.
I wasn't even calling it glitchy. I was just calling it weird because that one.
Oh, it's very weird. I watched that one too.
Had a predator or there was something around, but let's face it, we've got animals, and you got their favorite treat.
Yeah.
If our cats froze there for a minute and a half, and like we've talked about, I
think the reason that somebody went in and they did it is because they called the people out who made the video. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I watched that video, and when I watched it, I thought that's fascinating that they all stopped, and I thought it was fascinating forever and ever. And then
but they all started at the same time again.
I know it's weird. I think it's such a weird thing. It's like I heard they were talking about bonobos. You know what bonobos are?
Yeah, they're a type of monkey.
Chimpanzees. Bonobos, like they're chimpanzees are a very patriarchal or patriarchy society, but bonobos are a matriarchal society. So bonobos are one of the few animals that literally have relations with each other purely for not out of instinct, out of pleasure. Yeah. And it's really I've been watching a lot of animal stuff too. But the chicken thing I think though is weird because I have to say
all stopped and they were getting a favorite snack. And then the weird thing is, okay, if they were frozen and one started, then the other, then the other, then the other. Okay, yeah, they're frozen in fear, right? But it was literally like someone pushed pause. And then there's no cutting in the film. I found it weird. I'm not even saying it's a glitch. It was just weird.
It's really weird. No, I agree with you because when I first watched it and I first did it, I watched it probably 50,000 times to see if I could see the switch in the film and all that. And there is none. There is none.
And do you see what I'm saying? Because we have animals.
Oh, I know. They
like,
did.
What do I call temptation cat treats? Kitty crack. I'm sorry, not being disrespectful, but I do. And my cat is literally like the commercial. You shake the box and my cat will run for miles to it, right? So, I mean, no birds love grubs and chickens and stuff because my partner Del watches all kinds of weird videos, including about chickens. And so, you know, they love that kind of stuff. Actually, what he watches, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. He will watch Hornet and Yellow Jacket Professional Removers and how they save the honeycomb and stuff and the baby little waspy hornety things, and the chickens love it. So that's what I'm saying. Chickens love that kind of stuff. Grubs, right?
I tell you though, it's a weird phenomenon though.
That's what I'm saying. They all stop when they're mid-step to come running for like their crazy treat. And then I understand being frozen with fear, but it was literally they all started again at the same time.
See, that's the one thing that I did say. I have to agree with you. The one thing that I did find strange about it is that it all happened at the same time. And it all ended at the same time. I get where you're going.
A predator or something behind them or weird noise, but you know, animals, like, don't get me wrong, they're super fast instincts. You know that, but to all stop exactly the same time. And then there was no reason for them to start again. It wasn't like danger had cleared or she had done anything to make, they just all of a sudden went boop and they're all running mid-step again. It was strange.
Did you know when I was a little kid and the first time I saw a fainting goat, I cried because I didn't know what it was and I thought he was hurt.
Oh, I would have too. I would have too.
I did. I was really young when I first saw a fainting goat and I was like, oh my God, what happened to the goat?
Or that people actually do cow tipping and things like that. Like that's a real thing.
They try tipping cows. Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
No, but I would never have thought that. And so I get what you're saying, but to me, it was like, it was weird. And that what made me think of it was where I didn't even realize that was a bird in that video till the guy said it. But there's been planes. There's a really strange video from Chicago O'Hare airport where a plane, I think it disappears as it's taking off. It just like literally evaporates. It was so strange. Did you see that one ever?
I didn't. The glitch ones are, do you remember the movie star who the mom walked behind her and then disappeared? It was all over the internet. Did you see that? And then
I think I did. Yeah.
And then you know who debunked the whole thing? The actual people who it happened to. They said, no, this is the other. They found the other camera angle. But I'm like, you know what? I swear some of those camera angles really mess you up because they do. Because I was looking at it too. I watched it over and over. I'm like, you know what? They're dang right. That woman looked like she's disappearing when she walks behind her. And then till they came on TV, and I even felt like a fool. I'm like, okay, there is an explanation. But I tell you, it's getting harder and harder.
Okay, so Sandra said cats are predators. Yep, you know that. Chickens are not. A black bear will run from a cat because cats are crazy whirlwind of knives. Well, that's true. We know that.
Shit. Oh my God, I've got four cats. That's like a billion knives.
Yeah, we know about that. Well, you missed it. I don't know. I think I told you about the coyote I saw in the middle of the night, right?
No, you didn't. What happened?
Okay, so I was telling everybody on Monday night about this. So my younger son, Justin, the one with the autism. So I always tease him because his bedroom's like right across. And without fail, I'll close the curtains when it's dark. Come in, my curtains are open. I always say, is the weather better in my room? Like, you always got to look out my window.
Yeah, you tell me that.
Yeah, so it's 1:15 in the morning last week. I think it was on the weekend, not this weekend, the weekend before. And I don't know, it was in between shows that we've done since. But I'm looking out the window to close it. I go, darn, Justin, did you open the curtain? And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this flash. And I look, this massive, like bigger than my German Shepherd, way bigger than my German Shepherd, coyote is running up the middle of our road, okay, all by himself, thin and fast. And the way I'll describe it is if you went 1, 2, 3, before even 2 was finished, this guy was booking it so fast, went right around into the crescent where all the people are, no, like nothing else but people, and running so fast. I could not believe this. And our street is really busy. So I was telling my partner, Del, and he's going, are you sure? It must have been a fox. I go, you think I don't know what a fox looks like versus a coyote? Because we never had coyotes in our city before.
Yeah,
and he's going, it must be
small too.
Yeah, and then he goes, it must have been a wolf. And I said, no, I know what a wolf looks like. This was a coyote. And he doesn't believe me. And I said, I'm telling you, it was a coyote. And I said, there's been reports of coyotes in our city on the south side. And he goes, well, I haven't heard anything. I said, well, take a look. And he goes, holy crap, you're right. But sure enough, yeah, one lone coyote. And I have never seen a live animal run that fast, like, except, cheetahs on TV. But this thing didn't even slow down to take the corner. It was gone so fast. I swear to God, if I had blinked, I wouldn't even have seen it. And it was massive. Because coyotes aren't that big. Like this thing was
I've never saw a coyote. Well, the only coyote, I was going to ask you, was there a roadrunner it was chasing?
It was about as fast as a roadrunner.
I was going to say, that's the only that's the only coyote that I've ever saw. I've never saw a coyote. I've saw a wolf close up, but never a coyote. That is amazing though. That's
Hi,
kind of
Herbert.
scary.
Hi,
Hi,
Herbert. Hi,
Herbert.
Julie Jean Bassett. Well, then my partner Dell says to me, get a load of this. And one of his friends had made a post on Facebook, and he goes, all I can hear is that song. I got the feeling that someone's watching me, kind of thing. And I go, I can't see it. I got to blow it up. I didn't have my glasses on. And we have a lake here on the north side that's man-made, and it's called Boulevard Lake. Excuse me. And I could see a tree in the picture. So I blow it up. Right in the middle of daytime, another coyote just standing by the tree. There's people there. There's a walking path. There's a playground. And coyote's just standing there. Hey, dude, how's it going? Checking him out. Yep. I took off.
That's now I was wondering, we get werewolves from wolves. Do we get a cryptid from coyote? Could that be the dog man?
I don't know, because the dog man fascinates me.
I'm a little fascinated by the dog man too. I mean, I grew up with the Brer Road beefs and all that, but the dog man, I still, because I'm a loss for words, because I can't. There's some stuff that I do ask about, and I ask, people could go, won't your guides tell you? There's just some. Yeah, there's just some information that they'll say, well, if you want it to be, all you got to do is keep thinking about it and it'll be. I'm like, oh, shut up. I want to know if everybody can see it,
Okay, before we get on to that,
Ken, correct. Me too.
Okay, so Ken says, don't like coyotes, they eat cats. You're 100% correct. And that was my concern, because we have a lot of kitties running around at nighttime. And I was just talking to my other neighbors. None of us have seen them. And that coyote was not heading towards any type of rural bush area or anything. It was where people were. And you're absolutely right about this. It's very sad, love is. And I just said that the wildlife has lost its home. And I've said that we keep taking their area. They got to go somewhere. Now, Marshall Martin, hello, Cindy Mitch. She said, hello, everyone. She said, I bet your son sees a lot of things. Give him a camera and check his photos closely. Well, he'll tell me, Marshall, and he actually, my eldest has a real aptitude for taking photos. He's quite good. And my youngest is actually quite good at taking photos. He took some pictures. We went to my eldest son's house and his fiance for Christmas. And they have some of our kitties when we all lived under the same roof. And my youngest kept saying, I wonder if the cats will remember me. And I said, honey, the minute they smell you. Well, didn't that happen? Like all over them, all over my son, all over me. But he took some beautiful pictures. He really did.
Well, it depends on your love. Says, I don't believe for 1 second that the original intention was for animals to devour each other. No, it's not. It doesn't happen outside the physical. I don't think
it happens nowadays either, unless I think they're looking for.
No, it's just talking about animals eating each other for food. The circle of life.
I know, that's what I said, though. I don't think animals are devouring one another without a reason. I think they're.
Oh no, yeah. There's a reason that they
need food.
They need food. Yeah, that's the only reason. That I can tell you this much: in the animal world, there isn't an animal that kills for sport.
No, there isn't. No, that's I understood what you were saying too, Dave. And I hear what you're saying, but animals don't do that kind of thing. Julia, I did say hi to you, but just in case you didn't hear me, I did say hello. No, I'm sorry, I thought I missed something here.
We're
talking dog man. Oh
yeah, I'm the same way though. I don't like, even though I know they have to, it breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart too.
But it happens. I don't eat animals, so there we go. There is the dog man. The only thing that I have, have they equated it or made it equal to like werewolves? I mean, is the dog man supposed to be mean, or is it supposed to be like scaredy and walk away like a Bigfoot kind of recluse? Have you heard a lot on that?
Yes. Okay. So dog men, I have not heard of a human yet, but I don't hear everything, just with the research of them necessarily so much attacking people, but they don't want to mix with them. I've heard of people sometimes communicating telepathically with them. They are dangerous. They have a horrific smell. I've heard they are dimensional looking into it, and I feel that way that they are. My question has been, why here, why now? But when you go back through history, like we are talking thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, apparently we did have a humanoid type dog man type species that had a tail, stood upright. They had their own type of language, but they had a dog head. Go ahead, Dave. You were going to say something. Go ahead.
I'm going to agree with you because I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. Well, maybe I was.
You might have been. We just don't remember.
Maybe I was. Maybe I was one of them. I don't even know. Arr, I got the fleas. Okay, but there is. If you look at the lists of different kind of extraterrestrial life, there is a dog man. Just like there's the bird people, there's the dog people, there's the reptilians, there's
cats.
That's cat people. There's a lot of them. So, I mean, if all we know, half these species that we have here just didn't get over the hump. You know what I mean? And they're just stayed here as animals instead of moving on. I don't know. It's interesting. And like you say, and I agree with you, one day we'll all know. But until
but
then,
maybe they're coming back home. Like maybe we're thinking they're interdimensional. What if they are coming back home for whatever reason? Like,
or what if they're not mean and we're just perceiving them as mean?
There you go. Because that's where I was going with this. So I've seen people report of running into them, having horrific fear, their cars being scratched or whatever. Then I keep feeling and hearing within the back of my mind, but if maybe some have lost their lives, would we ever know, or would they just be missing?
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, and it all depends. Because even like, you have to go back for anybody listening to the audience. When I was a very young boy, I saw a reptilian in the physical, not in the mind's eye, not a whispery thing, standing right in front of me. The way people talk about reptilians now, I don't understand it because I did not get that feeling from that one. But you know what? Another thing too is I do know, because my guides have told me that there are a-holes in every race.
That's
well, not every. I mean, there are some that are way past that, but for the most part, there's bad and there's good in everything. So, you know, who are we to judge?
Even the Anunnaki, you'll hear negative things about the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
I know two people that have had nothing but the most powerful, positive experience with the Anunnaki.
See, I have in my meditations with the Anunnaki, I get the exact same thing. They're not intentionally bad.
So I think it's almost like in order for it to exist here, see what you think about this. In order for something to exist on this planet, we have to have an ideal, not that there would ever be ideally perfect, but if it was ideally perfect, okay, we're going to have 50-50 because everything's 50-50, right? If we're living in balance, so we're just as much of the good, we're going to have the negative. So some people could be having negative experiences with certain beings, whereas others have positive. Plus, I keep hearing from spirit. You know, we look at our brain, and when you look at the brain stem in medicine, sometimes it's referred to as the reptilian part of the brain. Okay, it's a part that controls our breathing, just basic life functions. So where does it come from? And then we go back to Joe Montaldo. I'm going to give him a shout out. He's the one that owns UPRN, has started this, broadcast this out of his home. Okay, he's done a 20 plus year study on Rh negative blood, red hair, green eyes, which didn't exist. I've heard anywhere from 20,000 to 70,000 years ago in the human DNA genome. So where did it come from? Oh, you missed this last week. We did this last week. Katarvana, she said, "Do you guys believe in skinwalkers?" Where do you want to go with that one, Dave?
I'm going to give you, this is in short, this is my thing. As far as where it originated from, the indigenous people and the people who are here well before us, I believe their tales. I do not believe the YouTube videos.
Yeah, because everybody and their dog's talking about skinwalkers in the paranormal world, especially on YouTube. So I'm going to go with what I always say. Spirit gave me this. What we perceive becomes what we believe, and it becomes our reality. Human beings are powerful manifestors and creators. And as Dave has said many times on this show, what you wish to experience, you can literally create or have that experience. So do
Think of that experience, yeah.
I,
So, but oh
and
no,
Dave, do I believe in skinwalkers? Yes, I do believe in skinwalkers, but not the ones we're necessarily seeing on YouTube and everywhere else. Go ahead,
I'm
Dave.
the same. I'm the same way.
It's okay.
Caravina,
Don't
yeah,
apologize.
that's what I wanted to address. Oh no, don't be you're new, forgive me. No, not at all. Listen, it's always going to be your choice what you want to believe in. It really is. You know, if you believe in something, believe in it. But I will say this though, if your beliefs are negative and your beliefs are affecting you in some way that's negative, I would say get rid of that belief. But other than that, where the skinwalkers originated from the tribes and the stories from there, I will believe those people because that's where Bigfoot, those guys seen Bigfoot well before we ever did. They knew Bigfoot well before the Patterson videos. They knew Bigfoot goes back thousands of years.
Okay, so we did the skinwalkers, and what was the other one we did? Skinwalk, versus the Wendigo or Wendigos,
which is another one, yeah. Which is another one. I believe the Wendigos from the tribes who made the stories. I'm sure there's some substance to it, but I don't, like I said, as far as people putting cryptids and all that stuff on YouTube, I buy like 99.9% of them, I think, are just stupid for views and just trying to get people to watch. But you do get the occasional one on there that you're like, I wish the news station could get hold of that one.
Okay, so Julie Jean Bassett said she's never heard of the Anunnaki. So I put that in while Dave was talking, Julie. Look it up, or I can send you some stuff. It's quite profound and interesting. I have a really interesting interview from a friend of mine, Derek Whitesky Cloud, and he met a gentleman by the name of Sebastien. I forget what his last name is. He's in France. Anyways, these two ended up running into each other, they claim, on an Anunnaki ship and had very similar experiences. It's an interview with Johnny Enoch. Quite profound, quite interesting. I think I've got it saved somewhere, and they talk about their experiences with the Anunnaki. But if you look up the Anunnaki and the Dead Sea and the radiation and all that stuff around there, it's quite intriguing. Now, I wanted to address this really quickly with Caravana. She says, honestly, when I was a toddler, there was a tall shadow standing at the end of my bed, and it reached over and literally tickled me. It was weird. It was an eerie, scary feeling. Caravana, when my earliest paranormal experience, and I'm 58, was I was 4 years old, and it was raining and storming outside, and I was in a very old house. This is back in the late 60s, early 1970. And my mom at that time had to steam off 38 layers of wallpaper to get to the plaster. That's how old this house was. And it was storming out, and I kept hearing, I thought it was a tree or branch howling in the wind on the glass. And back in the 70s, they had those ugly gauzy curtains, right? And I could see it, and it kept scratching at the window. And then I realized, now this is my 4.5-year-old brain, it looked like a claw. So I was hiding underneath my covers at the time and going, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Something pinched my butt. I don't know what it was. I have had weird experiences my whole life. When I was 8, from the time the snow melted till the time it fell again. Dave's heard this story many times. Most people on the show have too. Brand new house, been built right from the ground up. Every night at 3 a.m., and I knew nothing about the paranormal at this time, I would wake up totally blue and unable to breathe. And we have had very profound paranormal experiences in our previous home. If you're new here, I'll share it with you or anybody else listening. We've shared our story on the Travel Channel's Paranormal Survivor, Season 4, Episode 9. It's called Demonic Hauntings. Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to go on like that. Sorry.
You're not. You go right on. That's what the show is for.
I know. You want to read that?
So I know otherworldly beings are real. The house itself was a negative house. It had a murder that took place there, as well as a portal and a demon that haunted the neighborhood. It was bad.
So Dave and I aren't, well, we're not always on the same page about negative things. But my thoughts are, and Dave's has a different thought, and we tell people whatever resonates with you or you feel works with you, go with it. My thoughts are the most powerful things on the planet are our thoughts, our words, and our emotions. Everything being energy. Not everybody's running around on this planet thinking love and light and happy-go-lucky, whatever. Okay. And energy it can be, basically you can't create it. Okay. It can be transferred from one place to another. So my thoughts are that energy has to go somewhere, negative energy. I also believe there's other dimensions, there's higher dimensions, lower dimensions. So whether you want to call it a demon. And Caravana, my paranormal experience in our previous home started with something many, many years ago in a dream claiming to be demonic. I can describe it like it happened 10 minutes ago. It gave me its name, its animal form, and the spelling of it, to make it very short. Am I convinced it was a demon? No, because I think paranormal shows make us think, people watching, that demons are around every corner. I think it's very rare. But the other thing is, was it something negative? Extremely negative. Go ahead, Dave. I know Dave's
my thing isn't with, I'm like Lorilei. I know for a fact that there are negative things that exist. The difference is, for me personally, I don't call everything negative a demon. In fact, that's why I tell people when I say demons don't exist, I've always had a problem with the word, because the word has something behind it that doesn't describe anything. I do agree with Lorilei. There are negative things, and a negative thing could take over an entire neighborhood. I mean, it could.
Did at my old neighborhood. It did at my old neighborhood. I'm with you.
Trust me. Oh, I grew up in some neighborhoods, and I swear, I thought, what are these people drinking in the water? What is in the water that is causing these people to be like?
My partner was thrown 15 feet across the kitchen by nothing, and he's as much of a skeptic as Dave. That's why when Dave's skeptic about stuff, he didn't even tell me for 2 days. He had to go get his electrical circuit tester and test everything before he could finally admit that he had no other explanation for why he was thrown across. And then I did not witness this. I know he's not a liar. It was 3:00 in the morning. He was going to make a sandwich. He said he was bending down to go grab the mustard. And then he was thrown across the kitchen. And he said when he finally got himself up, his arm was all cut up. He says the mustard was on the counter behind him. So take it for what you
want. Ghost. It was like Grey Boubon.
Remember those old commercials that never in the, now that's what I'm thinking about, in the limo was parking.
Nobody Grey Boubon. I did, but it vanished.
Remember the night that we had some scammer on here, because we get people on here pretending they're psychic, and they message everyone, but this one was in French. And Dave's in the States, I'm in Canada, so I learned French. Not everybody speaks French, but I do. And so all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I start talking French, and I see Dave's face. I said, "What, did you think I just broke out an alien?"
she's speaking in tongues. Somebody throw a cross at her.
Yes. Yes.
But Katarina, as long as, like I said, I don't call everything a demon. I'm just like, that's negative, that's super negative, that's like otherworldly negative. But I don't call it demon. That's the only difference. But I mean, I'm not gonna disbelieve anybody, because Lorilei said it so plainly before. And I am a big believer on that. And that is that we do create our experiences. And I always tell people, you go play in whatever playground you choose to play in. And that's just how it goes. Just because I always play, if I always play on the fun playground, that doesn't mean that if I went to the other playground where the bullies are, I wasn't going to experience something. But
can I add something to that, though?
Yeah.
Okay. So I love what you said about going to play in whatever playground you want, but I'm just going to put a little proviso there, because I always say what we went through in our previous home, I wouldn't have wished on a blade of grass. I'm no better than a blade of grass. But my point is, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have wished it on anybody. But am I angry or upset? No. And we've talked about this on this show. I think that I chose to have this experience before this incarnation to get me on the path that I'm on now, because I would not be doing what I'm doing. So I want to make that clear, because when you're going through this type of thing, I can tell you right now, no human being on the planet, unless you've got a few screws loose, would say, I chose this experience. So I want to put the proviso that I think we choose it before we come into this incarnation.
Because that's the same with like my comment, my NDE. That was supposed to be. Maybe.
But if you didn't know what you know now, okay, and you didn't do what you do, and someone said to you, well, you chose that experience, and I know that's not what you're saying.
Oh no, that's if somebody were to if I didn't do what I did and somebody said that to me, I would get angry probably. And that's why I don't tell people all the time, like when people go, I was abused when I was younger, I will never go, well, you chose that, because
no, you can't. But for people listening now, I meant for the paranormal experiences, because some people go through some. You guys know it wouldn't be a show if I didn't mention my boys, the Foreman brothers, and Paranormal Nightmare, and they did the scariest hauntings of 2023 this year on, I think it was Friday. So check out their show. It's pretty interesting. It kind of puts together a lot of the more activity and stuff they have, and they help other people. And actually, the one that really got me was one home they were in. And whatever it was calling itself demonic, call it whatever you want. But this thing came through the ghost box and said, I think it said, please, I probably got it wrong. I think it said Shaker Road. And all of a sudden, Sean, who's the middle brother, and Josh, who does most of the clearings, the youngest, and these guys are grown adult men, they started shaking. They were visibly, like, actually Josh started to cry, and that just broke my heart. And the reason why he was crying, and Sean was near tears and had to leave the home with the older brother Rocky, that was the home they went through with their profound experience, and it just broke my heart.
Was that trailer type thing? Because didn't you send me that video?
I might have. So they went through all of their hauntings that were pretty profound and pretty spooky. And I don't think these guys are faking it. Not that you said that or anybody else, but
I've watched a couple of theirs, and I've watched a couple of those that when you said that you like them so much, and no, they're not faking anything.
No. And they really,
if they over exaggerate, it's their personality. It's not because they're trying.
Well, no, if you saw Sean, okay, Sean's the middle brother. Sean and apparently Josh are 16 months apart. They call themselves the Irish twins, and they're so close. Sean is the biggest scaredy cat you have ever seen. And I thought, what's this big, tough looking guy always screaming and then I found out why. Hi, Kevin. Welcome. We got to see
Kevin. What's up?
Sean.
You know what though? I'm kind of a scaredy cat too.
No, but let me add why. I found out why. Because Sean was the one that was the victim of all the activity, the really bad stuff as little kids. So for him even to be there, like, it's kind of like really facing your fears. So that's why he gets scared easy. That's why he screams, because everybody teases him in the comments live. Oh, Sean, there you are screaming and whatever. So he does scream.
Do you see behind do you see the lights going up?
I did, yes.
There is nothing.
Catervanna is Neely. She's he or she said.
Nice to meet you, Neely. Nice I don't have anything. I don't know what did it, unless maybe a car went by. I don't think it's paranormal, but I caught it too. I was like, what the heck was that?
Well, David gets activity. I've had activity. We get EVPs. We get all kinds of stuff. That's why. What did you miss? You missed, we had a lottery, Kevin. We had a major lottery, and we gave away $1 million.
Kevin Bacon's song.
Oh, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah, that's what it was. Not the ghost. We gave away Kevin Bacon's spawn.
Yeah. I'm sorry you missed it. But if you really want one yourself, just go buy a Pez dispenser. It's the same dispenser. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same. That was now next week, you guys, since we only got a couple minutes left, it's getting about that time.
It always goes by so quick.
I know. So I hope we fulfilled your spookiness and your funniness today, which is what we tried to do. We like to mix a little bit of
Kevin remembers. Oh, awesome. $1 million
songs. $1 million songs. Oh my God. That's, you know what? That I think that picture and that thong is probably the scariest thing that you could have at the end of your bed. I'd be like, what is that? Get it away. What does it do? No, I don't like it. But you guys, if you have any ideas, like we said, next week will be my Lorilei's right around the 1 year mark of the thing at the foot of the bed. So you guys have been watching us be silly for the last year. And
you know what I think it is, Dave? I think we started January 4th, and I think Thursday will be January 3rd.
Thursday, but January 3rd. All right, but it'll still be about a year.
Yeah, almost to the date.
You're on my YouTube channel tonight. Oh, you're on my YouTube channel. Yay!
No, we must have started, I think, on the 5th, I think, January 5th, and it's the 4th that next week. So
the 4th, so close. So we're 364 days.
Yeah.
How scary is that?
How
Next year,
fast did that go by? Because remember around Halloween last year, we were planning it and working on the show and talking about it. And then here we are a year later. Like, how fast did that go by?
Yeah, and actually it wasn't last Halloween, it was the Halloween before that we were doing that because we started last year.
Yeah, not this one. The one
oh my God. Good Lord. We should be famous by now.
You know.
But you guys, we always want to thank you for stopping in, for listening. And if you have any ideas for a show or something you want us to talk about ahead of time, if you write to me at david@theywhispertome.com or write to Lorilei and she'll tell you how to get hold of her, you can tell us anything you want and we'll do the research. We do not mind doing research to do the show. We enjoy learning ourselves.
We usually do it every week anyways. We prepare a bunch of stuff and then we pivot. If you guys want to talk about different stuff, we pivot wherever you guys want to go.
Wherever you guys want to talk about. So if you have any ideas on that, let us know. If you have any ideas you'd like us to do next week or anytime, please, by all means. You guys are why we're here. If it wasn't for you guys, it'd just be me and Lorilei talking all night long, which trust me, we could do.
We have.
Because we don't know when to shut up. But for people who do a podcast, that's a plus. That's a good
in the new year. Hopefully we will get our group together, guys. We were planning. Christmas came up, like you said. Time's flying in general.
I'm working. I started working a little bit on that. I haven't put it together yet, but I've been trying to do some research. We are going to have a thing at the foot of the bed, private Facebook group. I think it's going to be private for now. And we might open it up to everybody, but if we do that, then we have to monitor the comments. But in that, we'll probably put copies of our show that you can ask questions. You can talk to other people. You can, what do they call? Meet other people with the same.
Plus we'll upgrade, like the videos we showed tonight. We'll upload those to the group. If you guys have pictures, all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
And we'll probably make it where you can actually probably watch us in that group as well. Yep. So with that being said, my name is David Hanzel. I'm a spiritual medium. If you'd like to know more about me, book a reading or anything else, you can go to my website. Theywhispertome.com is the only place you can get a reading from me, as I never, ever direct message people. So if you get a strange direct message, I have a lot of imposters. It's not me. Please follow me on YouTube and my Facebook group called The Spirit Experience. And you can follow me on TikTok at Medium David Hanzel, spelled just like that. I have a lot of imposters. Be careful. If there's under 94,000, it's not me. Also follow me under Instagram under the same name. Lorilei, take it away.
Okay, good. We only got a minute left. You guys, if you're enjoying the paranormal, please stay tuned. It's the second night of The Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Great host, great show. So stay tuned for that. Also, you guys ever want to get a hold of me? You want to book a reading? I do mentoring. I also, what else do I do? Akashic Records, Crystal Reiki, things like that. You can get a hold of me on facebook.com/The Angel Rock. Heck, you can message me right on my Facebook profile. It's free. It's public. It's under Lorilei Potvin. I'm also on every social media platform you can think of under either The Angel Rock or Lorilei Potvin. Either one, you'll find me. Also have a YouTube channel called The Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin. You can also message me there if you want. I have two groups on Facebook, Paranormal University for all things paranormal, and Angel Rocker Tribe for more spiritual type. The other one, for more paranormal. We want to thank you all for everything, for supporting us over the last year, for supporting the network. We want to wish you all happy holidays and nothing but the absolute best in this upcoming new year. Please stay safe. Okay. Be careful out there. Have a good time. Don't drink and drive, but everybody knows that. And I think that's everything. So we love you all. See you Monday night. Don't forget New Year's Day. It's open forum, whatever you guys want to talk about. Let's hang out first day of the year. I don't know if Dave's around. He's feeling better. He's more than welcome to join me. Otherwise,
I'm not doing anything. So
good. There you go. We just might do that. We love you guys. Okay. So have a good one and we'll see you on Monday. Otherwise, we will see you for the anniversary show next week, everyone. Okay. You ready, Dave?
Spooky.
Oh, I was just going to say it. You remember.
Hey, spooky. Okay. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What's at the foot of your bed?
Oh, we're behind again.
We're so
right on, you guys.
If all we know it's doing it because there's a delay and we don't know.
We'll have to rewatch, I guess. Or you guys let us know if you hit it dead on. You guys know we said we'll give away a rating each of us. Anyways, we love you all. We'll see you on Monday for sure. If not next Thursday. Okay, everybody have a good one. Happy New Year.